6:30 Central is Election Central, and we're going to be using our time here to dig deeper into the items that are on your ballot. Here in Little Rock, Mayor Frank Scott Jr. is not on the ballot this year. He won big back in 2022, but an important proposal is a proposal to raise millions through a sales tax hike. Mayor Scott, you've been working hard to push this proposal through. First off, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Today is a good day in the city of Little Rock, Arkansas State Capital City.
How much money are we talking about in this sales tax proposal?
This 1 penny sales tax will garner $65 million a year for the next 10 years. It makes up 5/8 of a cent that will expire after 10 years, and then 3/8 of a cent that will be permanent. That focuses on the 4 Ps, which include public safety, public infrastructure, parks and recreation, and the Little Rock Port Authority, as we just had an economic development announcement at the Little Rock Port today. So excited about that. So again, the 5/8 cent is for capital projects. We'll talk about that later. The 3/8 cents is for parks and maintenance, as well as public infrastructure and pothole replacement programming and public safety.
But the two go together, and they work together, and they're all part
5/8
of the
plus
same-
3/8 equals 1 penny.
You've asked voters in the past to approve this tax hike, and they said no. You ran for re-election, you won big. How much confidence did winning re-election give you to go after this second request now to raise the taxes?
Well, 21 is a lot different than 22 and even in 2024. We lost big in 21 as it relates to the sales tax. We knew that was not a referendum on our administration. However, it probably wasn't the best time to go after sales tax coming out of a pandemic. We learned a lot of lessons. We also worked very hard with the city board of directors to have a near unanimous vote, which we did not have in 2021. Lots of endorsements that we've seen all across the entire city, no matter the partisanship with it. And so it's been a great unifying factor so far as relates to the support. And we're really excited about to have that. So it's been a complete 180 from 21 to now in 24. And clearly by winning big, due to the men and women of Little Rock, of the city of Little Rock, we are very grateful to be reelected in 22, as you shared in a big way. But we were humbled to understand we get another opportunity to work for the people of Little Rock. And this is another opportunity to do that.
You mentioned the 4 Ps that have been the 4 foundations of your proposal. I'm going to ask you to pick your favorite kid or aunt and uncle here. Which of the 4 Ps is most important, do you think, of getting this tax hike put through?
Each P is very important. However, I would say that public safety is always number one. You can't have a safe and prosperous city if the city's not safe. And so as we've seen that crime is down in the city of Little Rock, overall crime is down a -6%, as well as violent crime being down a -5%, homicides are down a -34%. That's a credit to Chief Helton, the men and women of the Little Rock Police Department, and our holistic approach by focusing both on targeted patrols and prevention and intervention treatment programming. Again, we also know to have true economic development, you have to have infrastructure. And we know due to a lot of the horrendous weather experience we've had the past few years, it's been very hard on our roads. And so we want to do a better job for our roads. And we also know that the city has 63 parks within the city of Little Rock. We have to increase the maintenance there and also do some new things for our young families that we're trying to grow with our sports complexes, as well as revitalizing War Memorial Park and Hyman Park.
I want to get to that if we have time for it. But one question, a lot of folks are still smarting, and you tried to get this passed when inflation was at its highest points. Those rates have come down since then, but people are still feeling that pinch from a couple of years ago. How much of a challenge is it to ask them to pay more when they buy something in the city to get them convinced that now is the time to do that?
One of the things I share with many different people, one, we know that sales taxes are a regressive tax. However, every city in the state of Arkansas has to utilize sales tax to grow. We're dealing with yesterday's dollars with today's problems. And so I'm asking the residents of Little Rock to give us this opportunity to do more for them. We've done a lot with less. We've cut our budgets. We've seen a lot of great fiscal stewardship over the past 5.5 years, and we want to do more. And so many times I also share, if there's something that the city of Little Rock doesn't have and that you've seen in a different city, 9 times out of 10 is because they paid for it. You look at many different cities cities in the state of Arkansas, Little Rock being the lowest sales tax city in the state of Arkansas, and then our peer cities where it may be Memphis, Chicago, Charlotte, Austin, Nashville, things of that nature. They're all higher than us, and they're making more investments to quality and life in place. And so we need these dollars to do a better job. We're going to always be great fiscal stewards of their dollars, my customers' dollars.
That's pretty much answered my question of like who are we competing with? It's clear it's all kinds of cities. You have the vote coming up in a week. I'm sure you've got a busy time ahead as you try to spread the word.
Yes, it's definitely a busy next 7 days ahead. We're asking every voter to please to look strongly at focus on how we can do a better job for our city by utilizing these dollars, because it truly is a focus on public safety, public infrastructure, parks and recreation on the Little Rock Port. And so if you see a pothole, we're trying to fill that. It takes dollars, and we want to have a great amount of dollars to do more work for our residents.
Mayor Scott, I appreciate you coming in tonight. We've got more on his proposed sales tax increase and other major races that we are watching in this final week before election night. If you head to thv11.com, you'll find our voter guide, or you can text the word VOTE, V-O-T-E, to 501-376-1111, and we will send that link straight to your phone.